Good evening, everybody. This is Cyril. My name is Peter. We are both tech evangelists working for a company called Autodesk based in San Francisco. We are working out of Europe. He's in France. I'm in Germany. Can you hear me? Yes? Today, 5 minutes short story regarding services. We provide you, most of you are software developers. We provide cool stuff, show you cool stuff for designers, makers. At the end of this day, we hear something about 3D printing. The first one I want to show you is a service called Fusion 360. It's not a product, it's a product and a service. It's a hybrid of a desktop and a collaboration tool where today people can design products and share it. I show you here the gallery. People like it because it's not a large desktop tool. You can create stuff. And do you think we have an internet connection? Yeah. And then they share their cool ideas on the web here in this Autodesk Fusion 360 gallery. And the good news is that service is free for any startup companies with less than 100K euros revenue in the first period of your time. So students have free access to our software anyway, but also young professionals. You can design stuff, collaborate, and share it here. The other thing I want to share with you, because it's not so known, it's Clean Tech. Clean Tech is an initiative where we support any kind of creators, inventors of technology around clean tech. That can be sustainability solutions, energy saving stuff, and so on and so on. And the only thing you need to do is to get this on this page and to apply for funding. So we fund clean tech companies with the access to software up to, we say, 120,000 euros. That depends on your solutions. But I think that's not so known, and it's really a very interesting idea how you can get access to these technologies. The next thing is a service. Well, let's start with this one. This is a service for everybody. Let's say you have an agency or a software developer, whatever kind of 3D models you want to share with the people on a website, on a blog, or somewhere. We provide you with a solution which is available on our collaboration tool called Autodesk 360. You upload, you get a member, everybody can do that, not only Autodesk developer members, everybody can have access, and upload tools, models, 3D models like here. This is an example, and then share it. There's a sharing functionality and embed it in a web page, or in a blog, or in Facebook, for example. So this is a large model of maybe 1 gigabyte. It's translated to JSON objects. It's clientless. It's technology is HTML5, JavaScript, and it streams in, so you don't install anything. Here you have a menu. You can, for example, zoom. You can even, you have the metadata, so you can pick out a part. You have the characteristics of the part. For example, you can decide if you need 1 or 2 persons or 4 to lift it. You go back here, we go back here. Imagine it could be a shoe, it could be anything, what you would show. So the idea is to share 3D models on the web instead of flat 2D pictures. People can, now Cyril is going to show you the API. You can develop on that. We provide you with the access to this tool. It's a free tool with the exception of a translator to the JSON objects. Everything is open source. And to create, for example, something like this or something like that. Where is it? Here is it. If you want to try it out with the Google Cardboards, we did bring some. Not for everybody, but I think about 50 are there. I show you here how it works.
So what you see on the browser is actually what displayed on the Peter's phone. On using the Google Cardboard, you can have a true 3D view of the model. And because it's using the phone, if you move the head around, the model will rotate automatically because we use a gyroscope. It's really nice. So the goal of the API on the service is you design and you create 3D models using any software in the world, and you want to share it very easily on your phone or in your web browser. We provide that service for free. And the viewer is entirely open source, so you can take control of it, modify it. For example, here on this example, we modified the viewer to have two views of the same object, but with a different angle, so you have a stereo view of the object. So as Peter said, so here, in the other example here, it was a simple HTML page where we demoed that at the Geneva Car Expo last year. And we work with the Morgan car industry on using the three-wheeler car to demonstrate what we could do. So you can automate that into a web page very, very easily. If you're interested by the API, there is actually two API. The first one is a translation service. It's a REST API. And we support today 100 different file formats, but we're supposed to, at the end, support any file format existing in the world. And as Peter said, the viewer API is entirely JavaScript. So everything you can do in the viewer is actually exposed through code, and you can extend that. So if you go to Developer Autodesk GitHub.io, you'll find plenty of different examples how to use the different APIs, and I'm around to show you what you could do with it. We're completely independent of the programming language, so if you want .NET, JavaScript, Python, it's really up to you. So I'm running out of time, but I invite you to come later if you're interested. We brought Google Cardboard. There are 50, so if you want to try with your own phone, you can grab one of these Google Cardboard. And we also have T-shirts. So at the very end of this show, we're going to bring 3 boxes of T-shirts, and you're welcome to take one for you. Thank you. One last thing. So we brought 3D models to virtual on 3D, and I know the next speaker will be about printing them.
So I suppose there are quite many objects on your website that you can share and then look at and so on. How do you do censorship? So like if people are sharing like plans to build guns or whatever, do you have some countermeasurements for that, or do you just don't care? Can you do so?
Yeah, we do care. There is, when you access the service, you have to agree with the terms and conditions. It's very open, terms of conditions, but anything which is about hammers on etc., yeah, we will be careful with that.
So one question about just a 3D model is great, it's beautiful. Also after the library, open source, but how hard is it to get it actually as a 3D print done if you have one model? Because I could imagine that's really hard to convert that and print it. Do you enable support this at all?
So your question is about the file format we support? Yeah.
So not only file support, because you need to maybe reshape the object to be able to be printable.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So printable is a different stage. So today we are only at the viewing part on extracting information. So it's not only geometry, it's also metadata like price, dimensions, etc. And the API allow you to view and extract information from 3D models. We have another layer of software we're working on to bring that to printing, 3D printing. So it's not part of it yet. It's coming.
That was a pretty slick render in the web browser there. How much data is transferred over to the client to do that?
So the complete rendering, so there is two services. On what I show here, all the rendering is made on the browser. We're using WebGL, so the result will depend of your graphic card, of your local graphic card. But we also have a render as a service system, which is a very high-end service where we render the image on our own server and we stream that image back to the viewer. On here you can have very, very good result. So there will be a difference between running it on your machine or running it on your phone, and it depends on your phone, on the memory, CPU, etc.
One more question, guys.
Maybe one comment. The QR code guides you directly to the landing page where you can request the keys to develop on the API of this viewing service. Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.